How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffled Rowlet, and welcome back to a brand new video, guys. Now, today I want to just talk about something very specifically for a tiny bit of time, okay? So, I want to speculate about when we'll be getting the Pokemon Switch game revealed. Now, there are a lot of times where we can possibly get it, but I will tell you right now, if we don't get it by E3 this year, like before E3, or during E3, or before E3, don't expect a Pokemon Switch game this year then, like, most likely not. But here's the thing, they will most likely need to do it, and I'll explain kind of in depth why I think so, and this tweet right here kind of, like, helps out my argument, so to say, and we'll get right to it, okay? So here's the thing, the Super Smash Bros. Invitational 2018 and Splatoon 2 World Championship 2018 tournaments will take place in Los Angeles the week of E3 2018. Watch the competition on Nintendo's Twitch and YouTube channels when the tournaments are live streamed on the June the 11th and 12th. So what's important about this? Well, they're going to be showing, clearly, if they're going to be doing these tournaments, they will also at the same time be giving us a trailer for the upcoming Smash game. And here's the thing, yes, Smash is a big franchise. Smash is huge. I know that. The Smash fans are some of the most dedicated out there. Like, the people who love Smash are ridiculous. They're insane. I mean, have you seen Etiquette? That man is just insanity. But I appreciate that. I love hype for Nintendo stuff. But that's besides the point. Smash may be big, and it may sell a lot. But here's the thing. Smash isn't as big of a hardware, like, seller, or rather, like, console seller, as Pokemon is. Now, kind of to break it down like this, I didn't buy a 3DS to play Smash or something like that. I bought a 3DS for Pokemon, as many other people did as well. Do I also have Smash on it? Of course. But the difference, though, is I specifically bought it for Pokemon, which is what a lot of people tend to do. Pokemon is, in general, more known than Smash. It's the bigger franchise. It's actually the biggest franchise in the world. If you want to look that up, please do. Actually, Pokemon has made the most money out of any franchise. And I'm saying franchise, specifically franchise. If you search up the concept of a franchise, you'll know what I'm talking about. Pokemon is the biggest. Pokemon is a hardware seller. They want to release that this year if they want to make as much money as possible. And there's another important thing here to know, guys. And all the things that I'm going to tell you right now, as of right now, are things that are 100% confirmed. And that is that the Nintendo CEO, the current Nintendo CEO that took over in 2015, he has been pushing hardcore on Game Freak to release more and more Pokemon games. Why? Because Pokemon sells like butter. Pokemon is the biggest franchise that Nintendo has like their claws on that sells generally the most. I mean, outside of Mario, if you just forget Mario. I mean, Mario sells the most in general because there's so many Mario games, you know what I mean? But my point is, Pokemon generally sells a hella ton, like so much. Just look at Ultra Sun and Moon. Those were like released a few months back now, like 4 or 5 months, something like that, and those have sold about 7.8 million copies so far as I remember. Could be wrong about that, and maybe even more at this point. Then again, and those were follow-up games, which didn't even have much hype about them. And then you have Sun and Moon, which I think sold like 15 million copies. It's ridiculous. They sell a lot of copies within a short amount of time, and also over time they sell more and more and more. And you can't forget the Nintendo and Pokemon, Pokemon companies owned partially by Nintendo and Game Freak, and they sell so many toys and stuff. Like, Pokemon is a merchandise kingdom. So, if you want to sell a console more and more this year, specifically Nintendo Switch, you would most likely want to have something for people to pick up alongside it that more people know about. Now again, Smash is big, and Smash will sell a ton. I know that for a fact. Like, I don't know how many millions, but a few millions I can assume. But here's the thing, though. There is a huge gap between the time Smash may come out and by the time, you know, the end of the year hits. And that's a very important time for Nintendo, because if Smash is to be released, it most likely would happen somewhere in September. Now, why would it happen in September, you may ask? Well, because as far as we know, that's where the announcement came from, directly from Nintendo, is that we're getting the online feature on the Switch, specifically in September, as far as I knew. And the thing is, what's the smartest thing for Nintendo as a company to do? And this is, now we're going to conspiracy theories, right? What's the most smart thing for Nintendo to do if they're releasing a, they're releasing a huge game, and they release at the same time, like, as their online feature? Because, don't forget, Smash is a game that can be played competitively online. So logically, they'd want to put out this online feature at the same time. Now, why would they do this? Well, money. because people who pick up Smash would also, at the same time, pick up the $20 a year subscription to the Nintendo or the Switch online service. It just makes sense, right? It's an easy way to smooth people in, right? Because people who are hyped for Smash, they're gonna go nuts, they're gonna go crazy, they're gonna be like, oh my god, take my money, and then also on top of that money, let's say you're paying $60 for the actual game, then $20 on top of that. That's a hell of a lot of revenue for Nintendo. They love that butter. But here's the thing though, after they released in September, if that's what we're assuming it's going to happen at, if they released them in September, you have then from September all the way till the end of the year, several months there with nothing happening. I mean, we have a few smaller titles always happening and stuff like that, but you have no, hardware seller, like no big name that's being like, put out there. But what do we know is coming and is confirmed, to come eventually? Well, that's the Pokemon Switch game. We know it's in development. We don't know how far it is. We don't know, maybe it's even finished. We don't know yet. But the thing is, we know it's coming. And they said they would be done with it within a year, right? So, a year or later, right? They said year or later. Now, the thing is, by the time we hit specifically June, this year in June, that's going to be 1 year since they announced it, okay? And then by the time we hit like November, December, that's like 5-6 months. Okay, just logically thinking here, like 5-6 months extra on top of that 1 year that they talked about. By that time, they should have the game ready, in my opinion. I mean, not that they've been only developing it for a year, because we don't know at what time they started developing the game when they announced that they were working on it, right? They could have been working on it for a year, a month, 2 years, 3 years. Who knows how long they've been working on it, but I bet you they've been working on it for a decent amount of time. For sure, because again, keep in mind, now there is no more, like, main, handhelds. They're going to be new ones that are going to be coming out, specifically handhelds. Now it's a handheld plus a home console in one with the Switch. So, in my opinion, that makes a lot of sense. So, here's the thing. If we don't get an announcement within April, May, or E3 June, we're not getting the Pokemon game this year. That's kind of an obvious one. I feel like this is kind of an obvious one. But the chances for us getting an announcement in April, is a pretty high percentage, I'd say. Actually, no, that's kind of the lowest percentage, I'd say. But also, at the same time, you have May, which would be a really good month to announce it at, because that's when we're getting a lot of movie information. So, announcing it around that time would also make sense. But, really, like, announcing it at specifically E3 would be a huge push, because one, they don't tend to always do that, and also, if they were to do that, it would mean that the game could be released potentially within, like, 5 months in, like, November or December. Like, something like that would work, in my honest opinion. They would have enough time to advertise the game, to get the hype going, to get people excited. They would have exactly enough time. So, I think if we don't get it at E3, we can all just throw in the towel and say we're done for. There's nothing happening. But I think if we don't get it by May, then we have to pray to God we get it at E3. Because if that doesn't happen, we're done for. But in all honesty, I think we're still getting the game this year. And that's because, again, they don't have any more system sellers they're putting out other than Smash. And yeah, Smash is, again, I feel like I've been seeing this argument all the time, like, oh, the Smash is coming out, so there's going to be no way we're going to be seeing, a Pokemon game or whatever. Like, no, you're missing the point. Smash is big, but Pokemon is bigger. That's just how it is. That's just the way it is. Like, in terms of popularity, Pokemon is bigger. Like, if you were to ask an older person that's like 30 or 40, oh, man, do you know Pikachu? They'd probably say yes. They'd probably say, yeah, I know them Pikamans. I know what they are. Like, general people would know. And also, it'd be easier for parents when buying games, like, oh, give me the latest Pokemon game for the Nintendo thing. Like, it's easier that way, you know what I mean? Besides that, though, all I want to say is, with this video, guys, is that we should expect a reveal within the next 2 or 3 months, right? That's when we need to see it. If it doesn't happen by then, we can throw in the towel and I'm going to have to sit here and wait forever. But the thing is, considering that X and Y were revealed in freaking January of 2013, and then we had, then you had yourself Sun and Moon being revealed, I think, in February, or actually, yeah, in February, which is really weird, right? And then you had Ultra Sun and Moon being revealed, like, in May or something? I can't really remember. It's weird, because, like, the timings for when they reveal these things is just getting further and further away from, like, each time they release a new one. It just kind of goes, further and further ahead in terms of, actual announcements. But I don't know. In my honest opinion, I think we'll be getting a reveal soon. I do hope we do get one. And, guess that's all I want to do there, guys. I just want to talk about this because I've been looking at all these things, people saying like, oh, we're not going to get a Pokemon game or anything like that because of, you know, Smash and whatnot. And I think that's a bit of a stupid argument to have, but I could also be wrong. I could be very wrong there as well. I'm gonna be honest, because who knows? Maybe Smash just goes crazy and sells like 10 million copies. I don't know. Who knows? Again, it's a very hard thing to just guess. It's impossible to guess it like outright. But I want to know your opinions, guys. Let me know in the comments down below. And also, if you have any suggestions for any like Switch related stuff you wanted to talk about, any IDs and that sort of stuff, if you have any also information you want to send my way, feel free to hit me up on Twitter. I'm active there 24/7. Go right there, guys. And thank you so much for watching this video. I also want to know your opinion, guys. When do you think we'll get the reveal? Do you think we'll get it at E3? April or May? What time do you think we'll get it? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. Thanks so much for watching. My name is Rolf Rowlett. I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye-bye.